What's up, everybody? That time of the day, that time of the week, that time of the month.
And it's an exciting month.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
You're listening to The Good,
The Band.
The Ugly, I'm Big Papa.
And I'm Jeff.
And you're not.
And you're not. That's right.
2 weeks without a hat. You know
No, yesterday was with a hat.
Yesterday hair was fucking atrocious.
Remember, no free shout-outs.
No free shout-outs. Those who don't pay your fucking bill don't get mentioned as a sponsor.
Nope.
And you'll know who you are when you don't hear your name. How you doing, man?
Good, man, you?
Good. Hot.
Very hot.
Hot as balls outside. Hot. Holy cow, man.
Well,
90,000 degrees. And I had business trips today.
Even better.
Well, you know, my business trips are
I know.
to poop plants. So
lucky.
Oh, it sucked.
So lucky.
Didn't even get to take the bike out today. But that'd been like riding in an oven.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dude, this is the day that so many have been waiting for.
I know I have.
I've been waiting for it just because I love the band.
Yes.
I love when we would cover at least three of their songs, I think.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. And plus we have the surprise bonus at the end. So without further ado, not embellishing about anything here.
Negative.
Mr. Joey Allen coming to the
Hey.
Dun dun dun. There it is.
Hey. Hey, fuck you guys.
Hey, fuck you.
That's right. Right back at you.
See, how many people can say fuck you to one of your musical idols?
I
there
know.
you go.
That
There
is
you go.
no lie.
Well, BB King's gone, so. How you doing, man?
Fantastic, man. I'm not as hot as you guys are, but I'm close.
Well, you know, I did have my hair cut today. Oh, you mean heat-wise?
Oh, heat-wise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't
No.
think that way. Sorry.
Dude.
No,
I don't
it's all good.
I think, you know, it's always good when we feel that we've aged as well as our guests.
Yeah.
You know, because I seem to recall this young man having
Super long blonde
super
hair.
locks.
Young.
Super.
Young?
Well, if I'm going to say I'm young to people, you're going to
Right.
be young as well. So.
Yes.
You're talking a guy that's 6 days away from 60, my friend.
Well, when this airs, you will have already been 60.
Yep.
So how you go?
Wow.
So
Wow.
happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Hey, thank you very much. I'll send my address over. You can send me. I'm accepting donations.
We will send you a Good, the Band, and the Ugly T-shirt.
Yep.
Is it black?
It
Yes. And
I'll
slimming.
I'll wear it.
And slimming.
And slimming. Yes.
Oh, well, everything black is slim.
That's
You're
why.
right.
That's why I
Exactly.
I've painted myself black from the neck down, except
That's
for
what
one area.
My closet is the blackest part of my house. I
My,
love it.
my closet is as black as my soul.
That's right.
So happy birthday for those of you
Yeah.
listening that want to. When we put the care package together, send letters, panties, and bras in a box, and then we will send all of this to Joey Allen.
Yep.
As his wedding, as his birthday gift. And,
I don't need panties and sweaty bras. I'm good with just
T-shirts.
happy birthday.
There you go.
cards,
T-shirts.
Cards.
and jock straps. Okay. So hey, we are so happy to have you here. I mean, Warrant was one of our go-to bands
Yes.
growing up. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
for
the
sure.
right time. You know, the '80s, was my favorite time of music.
Yes.
I mean, and you guys definitely had your shit together, and throughout the whole. I mean, even to this day, I mean, I know people that are just still playing that album every day in their car, or those albums, in their car.
Right.
So, give us a rundown, Joey, how you started. You know, what got you into music? Did you grow up in a musical house? Did you not?
I grew up in a house that had music around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had two older sisters, I still do, and my father was into stuff like Glenn Campbell and Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
which is awesome, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
At the time, of course, you know, when you're a young kid, you don't know what it is. But my sisters were old enough to be into like Deep Purple and Kiss and Jethro Tull and all, you know, all. And one sister was into Loggins and Messina, but so I was exposed to different different types of music through my sisters, and then my dad worked for Sony.
Oh,
So
okay.
we had stereos everywhere, right? Every room had a stereo. And if you guys remember, if you're around my age, back in those days, you had the rabbit ear antennas.
Yes. Yes.
Those doubled as microphones, killer. So my first experience really when I got into it was Kiss Alive. It was probably 75, so I was 11, and pulling that rabbit ear out, and I was Gene, Paul, and Ace,
nice,
all in one with a racket, and then I got into guitar shortly after. So that's really and that story's been told so many times by so many different guys that are in my position.
Yeah,
it's really a testament, love them or hate them, it's a testament to what those guys did for 50 years. So
yeah.
that was the first thing. Then the first gig I ever went to was Cheap Trick opening for Kiss.
Oh, wow.
Love Gun at the LA Forum, the 3 nights that supposedly were Alive 2, but really Alive 2, I guess, was recorded in Houston or something.
Yeah.
But regardless, I was at one of those gigs. So anytime I do a gig with Cheap Trick, and we gig with them, once or twice a year, usually. Rick, I always bust Rick's balls because I come off stage and he's like, I don't play like you. I'm just a songwriter. And I'm like, it's all your fault, dude. All this is your fault. And he always looks at me and goes, what do you mean it's my fault? And I'm like, I started this because I saw you first. And he laughed. And it's just a good, fun thing for us to do. Every single time I see him, that's the same conversation.
That's awesome.
But yeah, those were the bands. I mean, growing up in the mid 70s with two sisters listening to rock and roll, Deep Purple, got into Ritchie Blackmore.
Yeah.
And then it just lit a fuse for everything else that came after it. And I've got a pretty wide portfolio of music I like. I mean, I grew up listening to Priest and Maiden, and then I'd turn on Joe Jackson or
yeah, absolutely.
Mac. I mean, it was just music.
It's funny because we've heard the same story so much, but the listeners, we didn't want to leave and feel that we weren't being loyal to our genre.
Right.
And we would say, I'm a metalhead, and nothing to the left, in front, to the right, or behind us matters. This is what I listen to. And I kick myself now. You and I talked about one night, he and I were out at a gig, and I'm like, all this stuff that these guys are playing, I'm like, this is great fucking music. And it was happening when all the other stuff was happening, and we just, nope. I'm listening to metal. You listen to anything but metal, you're a poser, you're a jackass, blah, 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 Yeah. And there was such great music all through this late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s,
Yeah.
Then
you listen to something, like I was saying, my dad was into Jerry Reed and Glenn Campbell. If you listen to those guys play guitar now,
yeah,
it's insane. So it's, I get the Blinders. I was there was a moment when I was into the metal and the Maiden and Priest and, all those Saxon and all those bands where I put the Blinders on, and I get it. But, there's not a lot of music that I don't appreciate.
Yeah. Dude, I listened to Roy Clark the other day jamming out on something. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's freaking great.
Yeah.
The only reason I am not a professional cellist is because of Roy Clark and Hee Haw.
No kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a great 2-minute story. I was playing cello when I was in second grade, right? I was a little tiny dude. I was like 4'10" until I was a sophomore. So I'm in second grade. I watch Hee Haw one night. They're playing stand-up bass, thumping on that thing, right?
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Well, the cello to me was so big because I was a little second grade dude that it looked like. So I'm before class starts, I'm thumping on that thing with my bow down at my side, and the teacher comes over to me and smacks me on the hand with a drumstick.
Ooh.
I'm like, how old are you in second grade? Like 9?
Yeah, right.
Like that.
Scared the shit out of me. So I threw the cello down. I ran home. Schools back then's right by the house, right? And I mean, if that happened today, that teacher would be sued and, career over. back, and I remember his name. I don't know if he's still around or not, but I quit. I never played cello again. It was
Wow.
over with. And here we are,
Right.
So I could have been a symphonic, dude.
Yeah, you could have been touring with Zanfir,
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, who?
Yeah. Hanging out with Hulkstra.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
There you go.
Yep.
That's so funny how there's little shit that just turns your,
Yes.
believe me.
Right?
I
But hee-haw was part of my, childhood growing up music for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
my father.
Absolutely.
I mean, he
My
loved,
father as well.
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh, turn this off.
Yeah.
But I listen to those guys now, and I'm like, who was the other guy? Not Roy Clark.
No, not
but,
Roy Clark. I can't remember his name, though.
Roy Clark was a badass.
He was, dude. He just freaking
Yeah.
jammed.
I remember seeing him give a lesson. Of course, it was probably a couple months ago. I came across an old video of him giving a lesson. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What kid's playing that right now?
Yeah.
Or back then, I should say.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
he was on an episode of The Odd Couple, and they were just like, "Come on, Mr. Roy Clark, play this." And he said, "All right," and he started jamming. I was just like, "Fuck me,
I know.
look at this shit."
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my guitar away.
Yeah, you should
you
throw
go.
your guitar away.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
You should pick your guitar up. That's what you should do, you jackass.
Put it on my back.
It's so it's so funny that we laugh about it, but
We do.
just the greats that you can learn from every day. Doesn't matter how old you get, you still can learn something.
Absolutely.
How often do you just jam, practice?
I go over, I listen to a lot of music when I'm on the road. We fly a lot, so I listen to a lot of music, and every once in a while I'll pick an old tune to go back through, and I'll just really dig into it and try to learn it down to the T. So that nothing new is super inspiring to me. There's some new bands that I listen to here and there. They're not new bands, but newer music that I listen to. Queens of the Stone Age, I dig a lot. That Josh guy's just brilliant, and all the writing and all the different guitar tones and layers he uses. But I don't dig into any of that. I dig into old stuff that I grew up on and try to learn something, some here and there. Then I'll play it at sound check when I'm checking my guitar, and Eric will start. It'll get him fired up to go do something. So just stuff like that. But
Cool.
Generally, that's about it.
So you've never had the desire to completely switch genres and be like, now I'm going to come out with my own jazz fusion,
No, I'm just not that guy. I never really. There was a point of my guitar playing where I was going to dig in deeper. It was right around the dog eat dog time. And then I just took another left turn and quit for a while and went and got certified as Microsoft, certified professional, and got into database administration for about 8 years, which has worked out for me in life tremendously well, because I still, to this day, well, for the last 19 years, I've been employed, for a pretty big MI company that I manage a decent amount of sales for. So, I'm a hardworking guy that has a day gig and tours on the weekends.
That's awesome.
That is cool. And people don't realize that's very normal. Very normal nowadays.
For that, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands like Joey's talking about that they all have day jobs, but they do fly-in dates.
Yeah.
Some of us do. I'm the one guy in my band that has a day gig. I mean, Warrant does well. I don't need to work, but I've done it for so long that it's just part of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to be busy, because if I'm not busy, I can get in trouble real easy.
Oh,
I've got a family. I'm sober. I've been sober for a little bit now. I don't talk about it much, but I'm just a busy guy. I'm up at 4:35 a.m. in the morning.
same here.
And I just work it hard all day. And I go, I think right now I'm on day 20 of 26, where I don't have a day off, but it's not really to me, it's not a whole lot of work when you do something you love to do. So
Yeah.
along with, my day gig and with the band, it's all music all the time. So I'm blessed to be able to do it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Does anybody ever say, "Hey, wait a minute, that name sounds familiar"? Or do you get recognized as the Warrant aspect of it?
I never use that. It's a drum. I work for Pearl Drums.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a senior account manager, so I never lead with that ever. I'm just not that guy. I'm a normal dude, and I just happen to be in a band that's had some success, and but I don't lead with that. If somebody asks, I say, yeah, it's cool, and there's some fans out there, obviously, that approach me, and it's just it's almost uncomfortable to me.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'm just not. I don't sit well with that whole rock star thing, and
right.
I'm just a normal dude.
Okay, so let's say
that's cool.
2025 NAMM is going on in January of next year.
Yes, it is.
Are you working at the Pearl booth, or are you going to show up at another booth as Warrant?
Yes, since COVID happened, NAMM's changed quite a bit for a bunch of larger companies. There's, without getting into it too much, the return on investment on being at a show like that is really hard to quantify, just because it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's so expensive for a large company to do so, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars for
right.
a 4-day conference. So typically, I was there this year for meetings, in meeting rooms.
Yeah.
And that's it. I was there with my vice president and our European and Japanese contingents, and that was it.
Right.
I'm there, but I'm in meetings pretty much all day.
Okay.
So,
and then Warrant isn't there signing autographs and doing.
We have in the past, to where I have to walk out of the booth and go down to like this string company or this company and do that. And it's never fails. Like, everybody's all dolled up in their leathers and everything. And I walk in with, looking like Joey Pearl.
Right.
With and I'm like, hey, and it just is what it is. It's what I do. It's, a lot of people are, how do you work 80 hours a week? I'm like, well, how do you not,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You guys work today. Now you're sitting here, this is work too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You do what you love to do, and you feed your family and you move forward. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just blessed to be able to make a living in the music industry, because it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, NAMM is a show, and it's a task, and I was there this year, and we're endorsed by Ultimate Ears.
Yes.
Which we forgot to mention. Ultimate Ears.
You can hear your own tears
With Ultimate Ears.
There you go.
Yeah. Jerry Harvey started Ultimate Ears.
Yeah.
I'm a Jerry Harvey audio guy. Ultimate Ears is cool. But Jerry started that company. Jerry used to sleep on a couch at Mate's rehearsal back in the 80s. And I think he started that company with Sammy Hagar needing a monitor solution.
Oh, no kidding.
So,
all right.
Yeah, I might be wrong on that, but I know Jerry started Ultimate Ears. But yeah, great way to save your hearing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever company it is. So,
dude, it's not only playing with them live, but even just for this environment, it's so much better than having big cans on, or anything lower quality is. There is no substitute, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, I had my dog eat my in-ears once.
Oh, no way.
Can you believe that?
I do believe it.
Somehow I do.
Jerry Harvey did not believe me. I called Jerry up. I'm like, dude, because they're expensive when you have to buy them. And look, anybody that owns a company out there, I'm cool. I'm like, look, you got an artist cut. Can you give me a little deal? Help a brother out. I don't want to spend $8 billion on these things. And I had to call Jerry and say, listen, brother, my Chihuahua ate my ears.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And he called bullshit on me, and I had to send him a picture. And I had left the pocket open where the in-ears were in a pouch, and there was a pack of gum in there, and the dog sniffed into my backpack.
Oh, no.
Got into my in-ear pack. The ear wax that just ends up on in-ears no matter what you do. No
Correct.
How clean you are, the little bastard Jackson, R.I.P. What a great Chihuahua he was, crunched on my right ear.
So you are the reason for the hard case.
I'm
You are the hard
that
case
guy. I'm probably actually would be Jackson, my dog, right?
That's right.
There you go.
So it's like, hey, my dog ate my homework. Jerry did not believe me until I said,
because the old cases were this flimsy little edible case.
Chihuahua can break right into that. Dude.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
There you go. There's another fun story for you.
So
there you go.
Thank you. That was all because of you. Hard case.
That's right. There you go.
That's crazy,
dude. That's awesome. Yeah, we just had Chris So on the show.
Oh, I know Chris.
Chris is
no kidding. Okay.
Great guy, and he's done.
Oh my God,
worn so many hats in the music business and others.
Yeah.
But
he was at Musician's Friend, which is one of my dealers that I deal with. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's from Syracuse.
He just retired.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He's from
in my business. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from here in Syracuse.
He's from here. He had a great band here in Syracuse, the New York Flyers.
Yeah.
And they're going to be playing here in a couple weeks.
July, I think.
Yeah, as a reunion show. But Chris is a great guy, and
if you see him, tell him I said hi. He was fantastic.
I will.
We will.
I will.
We have a lot of people we worked with that are still in this industry. Some of them that we worked with that are no longer with us. But Chris and I, had a great relationship. Great guy, fun guitar player.
Yep.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is didn't realize his affiliation with NAMM until he left. And I was like, so all this time I could have just called you. And he's like, yeah. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Right. To get in there, yeah.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh well. What are you going to do?
It is what it is, man.
That's right. But yeah, great guy, But
so let's dive into the Warrant thing.
Yeah.
When did you get into Warrant?
The story is that Erik and I were in a band together in 83-ish, maybe 82. That band dissolved in Orange County, California. He moved up to LA, started Warrant with some guys. Jerry was one of them. I think Jerry was the second bass player in Warrant. And then he always used to snail mail me invitations to go see him at the Troubadour up in LA. And I never made it, but my band would play up there on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. And then when I finally moved up there in 85, maybe 86, I ran into him in late 86 or early 87.
Okay.
Literally on the corner of Sunset and Doheny, right across the street from the Rainbow, the Roxy, Gazzari's, Gil Turner's liquor store. And that was right after Janie and Steven had joined the band, and Janie wanted a new lead guitar player. And we literally bumped into each other. And I auditioned a few weeks later, and that's how I got in the band.
Cool.
Played my first gig in March of 87 at Gazzari's. And a year later had a record. I always say that once I got in the band, we got a record deal. It's my little,
it's your fault.
Little jab.
little poke to those guys, right?
Yep.
Finally, somebody's in the band we can count on.
Right.
Thank God for Joey.
Thank God.
The missing piece, we found him.
That's right. But, finally, the Holy Grail has been found.
Yes.
Joey has removed Excalibur from the rock.
Excalibur. I have a guitar called Excalibur. That's
there you
funny.
go. That's why.
But anyway, that's a quick short of it. It's that's it.
We don't need anything long and drawn out. Just a quick,
That's it.
You must have had some good stories in that band. Give us a total show fuck up that's happened. A blooper, something.
Like a blooper?
Something that went so wrong that nobody got it, and then everybody got it.
Oh, nobody ever people got it if they were around me, but I played a gig one time where I drank a little bit too much the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe had some Mexican food, I don't know, something.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and you're playing in front of 10, 20,000 people, whatever. And I sing, I got good pitch, I can hit notes. but I'm loud when I sing. I'm like a projecting guy, right?
Okay.
We took singing lessons, so for me to hit notes, sometimes I have to push, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, one show I pushed a little hard.
Uh-oh.
And I sharped my pen.
So
How about that?
He's
these are the days of spandex.
20s,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. This is in my 20s.
These are spandex days.
There's the spandex day.
Oh yeah.
Leather, stretchy leather, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Or men's yoga pants. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't.
There's nothing to hide.
There's nothing to hide, and nothing, so it's,
Whoops.
to say the least, that was a bit of a shitty show.
It's a shit show.
It's a shit show.
It's all because of him. He coined the phrase shit show.
Yep.
Wow.
Didn't know.
Man, you are a fucking trendsetter,
Dude.
man.
Started with me, man. I'm
Should have met him earlier.
Warrant would have been nothing without him.
Yep.
Shit show. What else?
I know.
I mean, my God.
What else do you guys want to talk about?
Quite honestly, he's talking about like bloopers and shit. I honestly thought that one of them would have been when you guys used to put each member on your shoulder and they fell or something.
It did what?
And they fell down or something.
One time, this is another story. The old mics, the lead singer mics, they used to have a toggle switch on the bottom to turn them on. It was like it wasn't just like a plastic switch. It was a little like a metal switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It protruded out from the bottom of the thing, right? Well, one time Janie was on his back on the stage,
Yep.
doing this to the mic.
Yep.
And I went down on it like I was a chick. And it pinned his appendage to the ground.
Oh my God.
What are you gonna do? Huh?
I quit.
That's it.
Jesus.
I mean, hey, you asked for stories.
No, that's awesome,
No,
dude. That is totally awesome.
How about a Vince Neil story?
Yeah,
Love
let's
one.
have a Vince Neil story.
Love a Vince Neil.
You guys are East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The Mohegan Sun. Have you been to the Wolf's Den? Have you ever been over there?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're playing the Wolf's Den one time, and Vince comes up. Motley's playing the arena later or something. Vince comes up, and he's singing rock and roll with us. And he's got the mic in his face, and he yells, "Hey, man," and I've known Vince forever. We did the Dr. Feelgood tour for like 6 months with those guys.
Yep.
He goes, high five me. I'm playing my guitar. I go to high five him, and I just drill the mic, like the end of the mic, like up into his teeth.
Oh my God.
Singer, I mean, you can see sometimes if singers get hit hard, you can actually see that crisscross pattern on their lips.
Right.
And he just looked at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, hey. So me and singers and mics, you got to stay away from me if you're a singer.
Okay.
That's funny.
So Mike,
Nothing's on purpose.
stay away from him.
I'll stay away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those Sennheisers are not light.
No.
That's a heavy fucking mic, man. And that
Put a
grill
mic in
could
the
knock a
mouth,
tooth
right?
out.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But Vince hasn't been up with us since then.
Is that all it took?
Can't understand why.
Shit, I'd have hit you in the mouth years ago.
Right.
Yeah. Vince is a good guy. Everybody's giving him a hard time. He's a great guy.
Dude. I've been a fan of Vince Neil and Motley Crue since the Leather Record days.
Yeah.
Back when they first came out, and I don't care what anybody says. I love that album. I still play the old version. I have it on cassette that I bought. I think at where the fuck was I? Maybe it was the Troubadour. I don't know. It might have been the Troubadour.
Well, I have the first 3 Warrant albums on cassette.
Well, that's because you probably taped them off the radio. You cheap fuck.
I did not. But hey, I could have.
It's like, God damn it, that DJ talks. He's going to ruin my recording.
Exactly. Stop talking
If it
over
was
it.
a 90-minute cassette, you could get both on one.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I remember seeing Motley Crue back then, and they were just breaking ground, and they were selling their cassettes, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. Loved
my
it.
ex-wife has one of the Leather Records versions.
Yeah.
The vinyl, so it's cool.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it just sounded a little bit more raw, and the unpolished version of any band I like more than the polished commercial edit. You know,
Michael Wagner did Michael Wagner mix that? Maybe remix that? I don't know.
I think he remixed it. I think they did it pretty much.
I thought they did it themselves, but I could be.
The first one was
wrong.
done with them and their lawyer guy who was fronting all the money. Mick's buddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, Mick was the only one with responsibility back then. The rest of them were like, fuck it.
I know.
You know.
Don't care.
Dude, being on the just the cutting edge when all that was going down and playing and being friends with everybody, and I mean that just had to be just a wild time.
What I remember was great.
Yeah, right?
Actually,
let's be honest.
Well, we're talking about
Rich Magicaro was telling us stories.
Yeah.
Do you know Rich Magicaro?
No.
Rich was the Peisty rep back then.
Okay.
And he's with Gonbop now, but he was, they were handing out endorsements like crazy where Zildjian was kind of being, well, we'll give you 4 free cymbals and then that's what you get, because everybody wants Zildjian. And Peisty came along and he's like, we'll give you full fucking pages in Circus Magazine and wherever and Hit Parader. And Peisty was spending a shit ton of money, giving a lot. And he was the guy passing out the candy, and they were like, Tommy Lee was like, what else can you give me for free?
This is the Tommy Lee story. This I loved. This is great.
Yeah. And, the pig pen.
Yes.
Yeah. They were like,
they're trying to do an ad for it and said, Tommy Lee, happier than a pig and shit with, Peisty. And so they went to an actual farm.
Pig farm.
And had him the guy's like, literally Tommy's sitting in pig shit.
Yeah.
With the symbols. The ad ran
one article.
Like 1 or 2 articles, but it was overseas and they pulled it. We went looking for it and found it.
And we found it and I sent it to Magicaro. He's like, that's the one. Yep. That's the fucking one.
That's the one.
And he loved it. It's like Tommy's throwing pig shit at everybody while they're trying to take his picture. So they love the fact that
Tommy.
they love that. So, but just being part of that, I mean, East Coast, we had our East Coast metal. We had bands like, Anthrax and guys like that just was a completely different kind of sound than the West Coast metal in
well, the LA metal, I mean, LA rock, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the Metallica guys moved from Norwalk and went up to San Francisco, right?
Right.
I played with Lars in a band before Metallica was I was probably one of the first guys. I played with him and Lloyd Grant.
Oh, wow.
For about 6 months, yeah.
Here we go. He named Metallica. Let me guess.
Lloyd?
No, you named Metallica too, right? I mean,
no, I didn't.
I mean, all roads lead back. This is like 7 degrees of bacon. It's going to be 4 degrees of Allen right here, man.
I did not name Metallica. We were called at that point. It was called White Lightning. I don't know if Lars will remember that, but no, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, when you get Lars to do our show, we'll appreciate that. Yeah.
I think he's a little busy.
Yeah, well, good for him, man. I'm happy for him and his success. His band's fantastic, and good for them.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
What's your favorite venue to play that you've played? I mean, you guys have been around the world. I mean, your passports are full and with memories and photos.
Well, I'm doing the guest list for this weekend, which is Vegas. So anywhere but Vegas. The guest list is like insane. You know what? It's really hard to play home gigs because you have family and you have friends and you have people you have to take care of. And being on the road when you're in Dubuque, Iowa is just wonderful because you have a very little guest list.
Right.
And you can just do what you need to do. So really, I had a great show this last weekend in Sylvania, Ohio, which is a suburb of Toledo. I played my ass off, which for me personally, that's the killer part of it. When you really just, everybody's clicking and you can hear the drums and it's just a good synergy.
Mm-hmm.
So any one gig, it'd be really hard to say. Any one place would be really hard to say. It's just those those gigs when everybody's firing on all cylinders. It's a lot of fun, and I'm sure you guys being in a band, you have those gigs too. It could be in a small club.
Yep.
You know, I love wood stages because wood stages sound killer. I don't like playing on concrete or steel. It's really hard.
A lot of the amphitheaters all concrete now. So
yeah, that's kind of a bummer. That there's a place in on the East Coast. It's old school. It's in New Hampshire. It's by the beach. It's got a big wood stage. Zeppelin used to play there. Hampton Ballroom, is that it? I don't know.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Something like that. But just the old wood stage places sound so good. But any one place would be hard to pick,
Was there a show that just blew you away? I mean, we asked guys like Ben Morrow was talking. Ben played he played with Lionel Richie for
22 years.
22 years, sorry. And he's mentioned the festival overseas that, you look out and you see 65 to 100,000 people. And he's like,
it was like a Vakken or like Vakken or what's the other one? Download or something like that.
Yeah, all those big
one of
shows.
Those big ones, yeah.
And he's
I mean, we've done a few of those. We didn't do a gig actually in Syracuse once.
See?
Yes, we remember.
Yeah, I know.
It was Black Crowes, supposed to be us, Metallica and Aerosmith, and the crowd just did not. It was raining, and there was a little bit of a delay, and they didn't want to have anything to do with us. They were ready for Metallica, and we're just like, that's fine. We don't want to get piss bottles sent our way, because we just didn't fit the bill.
Right.
The night before we were in Toronto with them, 36,000 people, no problem. And it was right when they were just taking off huge.
Mm-hmm.
And, I remember being with Lars at the night before Toronto and partying, and he looked at me like, because I kind of walked away from jamming with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, how you doing? And I'm all, fuck you. He kind of rubbed it in my face a little bit. I'm like, it's okay. Fuck you.
This could have been you.
Yeah, we laughed and hugged and but we just played Syracuse or Watertown.
Watertown. It's an hour from us.
Yeah, like a month or two ago. I remember landing in Syracuse and driving up. It was beautiful. It was nice and green.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just don't remember. I mean, it's hard to pick one venue or one city.
Yeah.
It really is hard,
I think of the 3 albums you were on, and I think I know the answer to this, but which one is your favorite if you had to pick one?
For me as a guitar player, it would be Dog Eat Dog.
That's the one I thought of.
You had said that the other day.
Because we had a different producer, and that was probably the most pure Warrant record ever made, because on the first 2, there's a lot of news out there on the internet, and there's an interview I did with a guy named Mr. Shred where I go through the first 2 records and who played what. But on the first 2 records, we had a studio cat, really good friend named Mike Slamer, play some solos because the producer wanted it, and sold it that way, which is it is what it is. In hindsight, probably knowing what we know now, wouldn't have worked with that guy.
Yeah,
the producer, not Mike Slamer.
Yeah,
but it was the only pure Warrant record that the 5 of us ever really made.
That's awesome.
So there you go.
Yeah. Because I think it's a great album front to back.
Yeah.
It's different. It's heavier. We went away from what everybody loved about us, which was the party anthem, Cherry Pie, Wee 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 Boy,
Yeah.
With 1 or 2 ballads on there about I'm sad my girlfriend left me, or whatever the songs were. And we just in hindsight, I mean, there was some, for that record, the demos for that record, there were some pop songs that just got clipped.
Right.
The song called Pop Music that was like Cherry Pie number 2.
Oh.
That probably even in that day would have been a hit because it was such a well-written song.
Right.
We sabotaged it when we were recording it,
I think one of my favorite songs is Inside Out.
Yeah, that one I think we where did we use that one? I think we opened with that one on the Cherry Pie tour, the end of the Cherry Pie tour.
Okay.
We opened with that.
Nice.
When we headlined arenas ourselves, we opened with that song, and then we recorded it. That's got the Moron Tabernacle Choir on it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
The Moron Tabernacle.
It's in the it's in the credits.
Not the Mormon, the Moron Tabernacle.
The Moron. It's in the credits.
Yeah. I was a member of that choir.
Were you?
Yeah, we had.
Yes, I was. I was the lead moron.
You were the.
I think we had his bass player at one point. Didn't we have one of his bass players? We had a moron. Yeah,
oh, yeah,
we had a moron bass player for a while.
Yeah,
man.
And I think one of my other ones off that one, and I know it's kind of odd, but Sad Teresa was always a favorite of mine too.
That was an old one left over from the club days.
Really?
Yeah. That's the first one that was fully recorded off that record, believe it or not.
Wow.
We went into Morris Sound Studios in Tampa, where a lot of the death metal stuff was being done.
Mm-hmm.
We just wanted to toughen up. We were tired of being called, wimpy, and we're like, okay, well, here's a heavier record for you. But the first one we recorded was Sad Teresa, which was the lightest one on that whole record, but it was still a good song,
Mm-hmm.
I remember the engineer going, okay, what are we going to do next?
It's a song I wrote called "I Shit My Pants for You," and
yeah. Hold on, let me show you hole in my wall.
That was a fun one. We play that live right now.
Yeah, I saw a clip of it. Whoever comes on your stage and does like the little iPhone clips or whatever.
Yes.
I see those every now and then.
That is James. He is our keyboard player and our stage right tech. He's a machine.
No kidding. Cool. That's awesome.
Stealth. He's great. He's a GIT guy. He plays great guitar, but he's playing keys live for us. So everything's 110% live from Warrant.
Joey, you said the word live.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's dive into that for a second.
Oh, here we go. Jeff's pet peeve.
Yep. 100% live.
Yes.
Awesome. Because I can't stand 100%. It. Can't stand the whole I'm going to play to a backing tape thing. Can't do it.
Here's my take on that. And this comes from a guy that works a 40-hour work week besides the band.
Okay.
A lot of these guys that do that, especially the bigger bands, that's all they do, man.
Yeah.
That's all they do. They got plenty of time, like you guys are saying, always learning, always getting better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You can learn something every day. No matter how old you are or what, unless you've got a physical problem, with your throat, which I can understand some singers, man, you get old. I know guys like Mickey Thomas are still bringing it, nailing it.
Yep.
Nailing it in his 70s.
Yes.
So when I see guys in their 60s that aren't nailing it, I went over to Phil Collin from Def Leppard, is a good friend of mine. CC DeVille and I went over there to have coffee last November, and we sat down, and he told me Joe warms up like 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Wow.
He goes through what opera singers go through on a daily basis so the guy can come out and sound good live.
Right.
Hats off to Joe.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I think that's what it takes. So when I see a band that's charging a few $100 a ticket, and they got their drummer playing to a click to background vocals, when they can bring in, when they've got a few chicks on stage singing and they've got 3 or 4 other dudes, it's like, dude, sit down, take some fucking time, and work it out.
Yes.
Right.
Or put a keyboard player on stage when the orchestra parts come up and have him play that patch.
Right.
It's just, to me personally, disingenuous. Just think it's shitty.
And I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
Now, Warrant did it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
On our first tour, we had background tapes with all the shakers and tambourines and keyboards and stuff that was on there. We learned to do it from Bo Hill, who are our producer, and we'd use Tascam 234s with we learned it because the guys in Kicks did it, and he had done a Kicks record. And look, I love Kicks.
Yeah, so did I
too. Yeah.
Fantastic band. Stevie Whitman. I asked him to join Warrant the first time, Janie quit.
Right.
I called, and this is a good story. You ready for this, Stevie?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're like, Janie leaves because he thinks he can do a solo thing, and we're like, shit, what are we going to do? And I'm like, Stevie Whitman Kicks.
Yep.
He's a fucking rock star. front man. So I call him up and I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? He goes, hey, man, what's up? And I go, listen, man. I go, you know any good singers? And he goes, yeah, one. It was him.
Right.
Yep.
And I asked him, I just said, are you interested? He said, I love my band. Thank you. I'm flattered, but no, thank you. And I said, great. And that was the end of it. And,
Right.
and every time I used to see him, run into him on the road, we'd laugh about that. And I'm good friends with him and Jimmy. They're great guys. But that's where we learned to do it. We stopped doing it because we went over to Japan one time with these tape machines during the Dirty Rotten tour. And we left Japan and the machines or the tapes, one of the two, didn't come back with us.
Oh.
We had gigs. So we had to sit down in the dressing room like bands do and start picking those harmonies out. Look, when there's 30 tracks on a record of background vocals, I get it, but you can still get 3, 4, 5-part harmonies. Listen to the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man.
So we're doing that now. And I mean, we warm up before a show. And so I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's you're a piece of shit for doing it, but if you've got the opportunity to do it live and you've got the time, I don't understand why you just take the easy road.
Yeah.
I agree.
How's that?
Do you frown upon bands that are using a harmonizer for the vocals or a vocal chorus pedal?
That to me is an effect.
Right.
More than playing to it. Look, and there's a lot of cover bands out there that play to tapes. I'm not talking about those acts. I'm not talking about things like that. I'm talking about major artists.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all they do for a living.
Right.
There's no excuse not to be able to hit a note.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no excuse, man.
1,000%.
Yeah.
You're not waking up at 5 a.m. and clocking in.
Right.
Yeah. You're waking up at noon going, what time's the tour bus going to be downstairs? Yeah.
What time's catering?
Yeah, exactly.
What time's
How
catering?
about some vocal lessons? There's tons of vocal teachers out there. How about that,
Right.
man?
Well, look what Kevin Cronin did for Mario Speedwagon.
Yeah.
He's doing it now.
Yeah.
Always. Those guys, it's the hardest thing in the world for singers to keep on going at age. Robert Mason, we're all turning 60 this year. Robert Mason's 60. That guy is a machine.
Yeah.
Dude, he sounds awesome.
He's sober. He takes it for real. They're not easy songs to sing. Janie Lane was a great singer, man. They're not easy. That first 3 record catalog is not easy. Trust me. And Steven's like a bird. He's second voice. He sings up high. God bless him. He's great.
Yeah.
But look, just learn, dude. If you're serious about what you do and that's what you do and you want to call yourself a rock star, well, then step up to the plate.
Yeah.
Bro.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the first time I heard Robert, right. The first time I heard Robert
throwing
was
Warrant gang signs. Warrant fuckers. Yeah. Not Metallica. Warrant.
Right. The first time I heard Robert was Lynch Mob.
There you go.
That was the first time I heard him, and I went, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
and then Cry of Love. That Cry of Love record's insane. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've heard that or not.
I have.
Second.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really
I have.
good. He's great. He's a great dude. Brother from another.
Yeah. And then you had the Saint with you.
The Saint is a great guy and a great singer. And like I said, those songs are super, super hard to sing.
Yep.
And, you could talk to him about it. I don't know, but I have nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah.
He was in the band. Janie came back around. It was inevitable. So it was bad timing for him and us.
Mm-hmm.
But I have fond memories of playing with him. I have fond memories of the record we did together. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I love. Great guy.
Yes.
I'm just jotting down the time. 49 minutes, 9 seconds. Joey commits to getting the Saint on the show.
He's pretty.
I'll hook you guys up with him. He's a great guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done.
Because I'm a big Black and Blue fan myself.
Oh, I was too.
Fantastic band. Should have been huge.
Yeah.
You're right. And there's a lot of bands that should have been huge. Tora.
Yes.
Every Mother's Nightmare.
We took Tora on tour.
Did you?
Dog Eat Dog tour was Warrant, Lynch Mob, and Tora.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That'd be a band for Jeff to be in.
I think the first time live I saw you guys was you were on tour with Poison.
Some more friends.
Yes. And it was,
Yes.
I traveled to Binghamton for that. You guys were in Binghamton up here.
He doesn't remember.
We're playing some New York shows coming up. We're playing on the island out there. We're playing a few shows up there. We're playing in Maine, I think. Bangor, Maine. Brett, believe it, the B&B.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Cece's a good friend of mine. We live close. We spend a lot of time together and fond memories of Poison tours.
Yes.
Oh, I can imagine.
What I remember.
Can't talk about those now, can we?
No. We'll leave those alone.
Take my chip away.
Right. Yeah.
Take my chip away.
My chip away.
That's
Damn
just
it.
void beneath sobriety.
That's right. That's,
Done.
God grant me serenity. Yeah.
Yep.
Grant me the power to forget all this bad shit.
Yep.
Just that's it.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Hey, I'm 7 months, not a drop, so I'm pretty happy about that myself. So.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 8. I'm 8. I'm a little over 8.
I'm about.
I say I finished.
Yeah, I did too.
Stop. I didn't quit. I just finished drinking.
People say, "Why'd you quit? Did you get in trouble for?" I said, "No, I just got to the point where I was like, this is dumb.
Really?
It's enough."
I'm about 7 minutes.
Graduated to non-alcoholic beer, and now I'm even weaning myself off of that.
I was walking around with a club soda for a while in a stir going, yeah. I was like, well, who am I trying to kid? Now people are like, you having a drink? I'm like, no, I'm not.
I have it.
Yeah, they're like,
want
to do a shot? Yeah, what? Pineapple juice? No.
What are you?
Fuck you.
You're faking it? What are
Yeah.
you faking it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a drink poser. No.
I'm about 7 minutes sober. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
And now,
Thanks, man.
And now when I'm out on the bike, that's the first
Well,
excuse.
yeah.
They're like, you're not drinking? Nah, I got the bike.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid of the bike. Are you talking one with a motor?
Yeah.
Yeah, motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. No, Robert's our motorcycle guy, and he's been on the hood of a car at 65 miles per hour.
Oh. Oof.
I saw an accident when I was a young kid, so I love bikes. I love the sound of them. I love the look of them. I love the smell of them. I live in Southern California.
Yeah.
There's like 18 million other idiots within 5 counties around here.
Yeah.
Don't want to get on a road with them.
Correct.
You don't need a helmet. And you don't need to stay in the lane. In California, you can ride right up the dotted line. And when traffic is like this, and my first mistake, I remember I was out in California about 1987, and I'm sitting there in my arms like hanging out the window, and my buddy's like, "You should pull that in." I'm like, "Fuck you." He's like, "All right," and then, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And he's like, "Told you, don't keep your arms outside the windows not when you're sitting in the freeway."
I actually keep my eyes in my rearview mirror so I can pull over for those guys.
Yeah,
so I get it.
Yeah,
it's there's too many things going on nowadays. It gives you good appreciation.
If I lived in the country, I'd probably get a bike.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
I'd get a sidecar with fucking some shit on it, and I'd be fucking, what do they call that guy? Ashley, whatever the cartoon is, Snidely Whiplash.
Oh yeah, Snidely Whiplash.
Be that fucking guy,
See, I've seen enough accidents in my life, so because I was a volunteer firefighter for 35 years.
Oh, thanks for your service, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking about it all the time.
I've seen way more than I should,
Man,
and motorcycles are the worst.
Yeah, I've seen a few dead people on tour, from accidents you roll up on in a bus in the middle of the night. It's not a good thing.
No, those are just passed out.
Yeah. No, those I've seen.
Yeah. I can't imagine that though,
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you got coming up? Anything you can share with us that no one else? I mean, I have to. Blabbermouth wants us to call him at
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck Blabbermouth.
Blabbermouth. Yeah. Not really. I mean, we're just touring. We this year we're just touring. We've got like about 60 shows, so maybe we're 20 shows in.
Okay.
Nothing, nothing, no new music right now. To say we're not gonna would be a lie. To say we're gonna would be a not yet.
Yeah.
It's like turning an ocean liner to get us into the studio and write, and it's always detrimental. It's like, is the band still together at the end of a recording session? And making a record.
Yeah.
The last one we made 7 years ago. So, I'm sure we're due for at least one before we call it quits, and maybe a live record or video or whatever. We're just now digitizing all of our old VHS videos that we have in our collections.
Well,
Nice.
good because my two are worn out.
I'm not talking about the ones you could buy. I'm talking about the ones
I know.
that have to be edited.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're on Jerry's right now, and we've talked. We've got a good friend in the business, a guy named Rick Kearns, that's written a treatment for a Warrant documentary that maybe we'll get to one day. So,
I was just going to ask you about that. Or do you have like a book in you at all?
we're just. I mean, we're not. The thing about this band is that we are what we are. We're not going to make up some story, talk some shit about another band to pull more people in or get more eyes on us. We just go out and do what we do. We're kind of blue collar. You know what I mean?
That's great.
I mean, we just show up. Now we take it more serious than in the past when we were younger and partying hard.
Mm-hmm.
It means more, to sound really good live.
Yeah.
It really means a lot, and so that's what we work on, and we take care of ourselves as best we can.
Mm-hmm.
You can always eat a few less French fries on the road, even though,
I don't know.
they're good.
They're good.
That's all we got. But that's basically it. So nothing huge and new I can talk about, but there's always something in the back pocket. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
we're not going away.
So
Good.
people listening to this, remember,
Good.
don't yell out, "Hey Joey, can I buy you a shot?" Buy them French fries.
Yeah. Can I buy you a fry?
Can I buy you a shot? No, but I'll take a burger.
Yeah.
Carrot stick. Carrot stick.
That's what I
Carrot
yeah,
sticks.
That's
Throw me a carrot
sticks.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my code for French fries. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the white carrot sticks, please.
Yeah.
Deep fried with European style with mayonnaise. Yeah.
Oh, see, you just ruined it for him.
What?
No, that's
You just
They
ruined
do
it
that
for
in
him.
Germany. They love it in Germany like that.
they call them chips.
Chips, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't know how to
They
talk.
can keep it over there.
That's right.
You think people that invented the English language could use it correctly. They
Correct.
What the
Nope.
fuck?
I know.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, I remember going over there and I saw the sign for Subway. I went down, searched for the train, came up on the other side of the street. I said, "What the fuck? Where's the Subway?" You just walked in. Oh, you're looking for the tube. Yeah.
The tube.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tube.
Yeah,
Tube.
What the fuck is a tube?
Yep.
What the train?
No,
Subway.
that's
No.
right.
Yeah.
Nope.
Fantastic.
Here's a sandwich.
Yeah. And a fag is a cigarette,
Yes.
and and a
Yep.
cigarette is a puff or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah.
Another thing that I quit long time ago that I miss dearly.
Smoking?
I hate the smell of it. But sometimes you just go, man.
There was-
yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was somebody else that said the exact same thing, and he quit years ago too. And it was the singer, guitar player for Blackberry Smoke. He quit smoking.
Yeah.
And he, in an interview, he said, "I love the smell of it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "How do you love the smell of that?"
That's how I was with cocaine back in the 80s.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved it.
I
love the
hated
smell of
cocaine. I just love the smell of it.
Yeah. Just love the smell of it.
Let me get closer.
Yep. Hold on a minute.
I just got to smell that stuff. Yeah.
What's that?
What's that? But yeah, he's the same way. He's like, dude,
Yeah, it's weird.
it is very strange.
And then in a band, you guys probably know this. You have a routine that every show, like we go in an hour before we play, and I've got that routine where I would have a few beers before, and now it's a non-alcoholic beer, and now I'm like drinking that, and I'm going, what's this for? So I'm
Right.
starting to get into water with lime and stuff like that, but it's just a routine, and once you get that routine, it's like, oh, I gotta have a smoke before I go on stage, and I don't do that anymore, but
Yep.
it's a routine.
Believe me, whenever you try to quit anything, you want to change the routine completely.
Well, they do say that cigarettes is the hardest thing to quit anyway.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying.
We have substitutes
We
for
do.
everything now.
I know.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic beer and
That's
vapes
terrible.
and gummies.
Non-alcoholic beer is just why waste your time?
That's right.
It's what? Yeah. I'm a victim.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
I became a victim of the craft beer. So
I'm a victim of Kraft mac and cheese.
yes, you are.
Yeah. So
Craft beer will get you hammered, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law loves the craft beer, and they're like, they're like it's like a bottle of Jack Daniels.
It is. Yep.
And,
no desire.
yeah, I can't drink that stuff. Even when I drank, I would be like, if I drank 2 of those, I'd be like, I gotta go take a nap.
I think
He's not wrong.
I will say that some of my best shows that I sang was Polluted.
Jack Daniels.
Do you remember that show?
Uh,
We played it.
How
We
do I
played
not?
this show, and it was a 2-drink maximum for the band. You could have 2
Right.
drinks. That's it. You're an employee of the casino. We were playing a
Yeah.
casino gig,
Played at Turning Stone Casino here in Verona.
and so the bartender goes, "What do you have?" I said, "Well, my one of 2 will be Jack Daniels on the rocks." And he goes, "Okay," and he grabs a pint glass, and he just sat there, like his arm had a kink in it, just
Yep.
glug glug glug. It filled a pint glass with like 4 ice cubes, and said, "Here's your first one."
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a good show." And then after the second one,
It was really good.
the show went great. I don't remember a bit of it. And they're like, "Did you see this and that?" I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Yeah, don't remember it. But
Gotta
I guess
keep
it was
my
my
eyes,
best
man.
show. Yeah.
You guys are in Verona.
We're
Yeah.
40 minutes from it.
Are you north or south? Or are you over in Are you in Syracuse?
We're in
We're in
Syracuse.
Syracuse, yeah.
Yeah.
When we flew in there, a buddy of mine told me, Ronnie James Dio, there was a statue of Ronnie south of Syracuse.
Yep.
In Cortland,
Cortland,
yes.
yeah.
Portland, yeah. I was wishing it was on the way to Watertown because I would have pulled off and checked it out.
It's completely the opposite way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
In fact,
maybe
they
next time.
they named a street after him too.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Huge fan. It's one of my pre-gig warm-up song, or records is one of those 2 he did with the first 2 he did with Black Sabbath.
Oh,
Killer.
Heaven and Hell's a great album.
Yeah.
Mob Rule's a killer.
Mob
too.
Rules.
Dude.
Yep.
Killer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's even if he wasn't from here, we would still feel the same way about him as we do. But that's one of our proud moments. Guys like him, and I'll say guys like Joey Belladonna, Joey being from the Syracuse area, and Joe, still making us proud.
Yep.
Even if he is doing a Journey cover band.
I ran into him in the last 12 months on flights.
Okay.
Him and his wife. Great
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
super too. Yeah.
Great. I think it was in or out of Syracuse through Detroit, and we hung out in the lounge. And great guy.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Are you coming back this way at all during the?
I don't. I know we're. I don't think we're near Syracuse. I know we're on the island over there by the city. I'd have to look up the shows. I'll look them up real quick and just tell you.
Like Long Island.
Long Island. Over
Who was
there.
playing Long Island? They go, "Are you close to this?" I'm like, "That's as far away from Syracuse as you possibly could get." Yeah.
Hamburg. That's a ways, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the way.
I'm playing the Erie County, or we're playing the Erie County Fair, and then Farmingville is over on the island. We're playing that. That's in August. So
Erie?
nowhere near anywhere. Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. That's nowhere near you guys, right?
That's about 2.5 to 3 hours away.
Yeah, Jim Thorpe. We're playing Penn's Peak.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody plays there.
Yeah, we're playing there with April Wine, who's a huge influence on me when and then we just lost their singer.
Their singer. Yes.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't. I know exactly
Horrible.
what he was talking about too.
Yeah.
I'm going. Oh,
Erie County's Buffalo. That's not
that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. That's as close as we're getting.
When are you getting? When are you in Erie County?
Erie County Fair, Hamburg is 8:15. How far is that?
It's an hour. It's
hour and a
2
half,
hours.
too.
Yeah, that's close.
Oh.
It's
You
Buffalo.
guys want to come to the? If you want to come to the show on 8:15, what day of the week is that? Let's see. It says it's Thursday night.
Boom.
It's a Thursday night.
Oh, I might have to call. I might have to call in a couple plants out there. My boss
Wait,
doesn't
no.
listen to the shows.
Call in
What do you
sick.
do? You said you go to plants. What plants do you go to?
Wastewater treatment plants.
Okay, here's a story for you.
Uh-oh.
Bring
I
it.
love it.
when I was working database administration, right?
Yeah.
I left Warrant, did my Microsoft, MCP, Microsoft Certified Professional. I worked for a company that made solid waste emulsifiers.
Okay.
And if you're working wastewater, they're called muffin munchers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
JWC.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was a database admin for that company.
There is within 10 feet of me is a Muffin Monster baseball cap.
Okay.
I was just out at WEF in Chicago, and I grabbed the Muffin Monster hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Muffin. Yep. I used to work for that company.
No shit.
7 degrees.
He invented
Muffin.
He invented the Muffin Monster.
Yep.
I did not
Is there
invent
anything this guy hasn't touched?
That's awesome.
I did not invent the Muffin Monster. I managed their database.
He named Metallica.
Came up with the term shit show.
Shit show. Warrant would have never been anything without him. What's next?
The Muffin Monster.
Muffin Monster. Jesus. This guy he's like Jesus.
I'm in the World Book of something.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joey.
I am the wait a minute, what were you calling that guy? The
embellisher.
The great embellisher.
Yes.
Speaking of which, since we're getting close to the end, I gotta ask.
I'm the West Coast embellisher.
Yes.
Nice.
We mentioned. We're not going to say his name.
No.
You know the name. You remember. You remember the name we mentioned earlier.
I love it. There we go.
The embellisher has never been. We'll pixelate your face with this.
Right.
Okay.
Has that name ever been, to your recollection, with Warrant?
No, sir.
Okay.
From the lips of God.
There it is.
There it is.
No, sir.
There you go.
So, Frank McQueenie, John Hamilton, Bill Ollie, Billy Johnson,
And now
Joey Allen has confirmed.
That was a lie.
Guys, those guys sound like good guys.
Yeah, they're all great guys.
yeah.
That other guy.
The other guy not so much.
That's right. That's why we use the voice of God.
That was a lie.
There you go.
Yep.
So now all we have to do is get members of the Playboy magazine to come on and say he's full of shit on that one too, and we have debunked everything that's ever come out of his mouth.
Yep.
And when we need D. Schneider.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Partying with 15-year-olds. Anyways,
Anyhow.
there you go.
Love D.
Joey. Dude.
Love the Twisted Sister.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna break that out.
This is one of my favorite photos ever taken of D. Schneider
Oh, that's great.
by Delilah Crihelli. She's a rock photographer. She's on the road right now with the Dead Daisies. But this photo shows that is rock and roll. This guy, every vein in his neck is popping out. His hair's up. He's sweating like a pig.
Yep.
And he's just giving it his all. And this is well after the days
Yep.
of them wearing
Yeah.
makeup.
He's hardworking. He's got that physique like Robert Mason does, those skinny singer dudes.
Asshole.
Right.
Yeah. Stupid skinny people.
He needs to eat some fucking French fries.
Exactly.
Or
Or
there you go.
carrot
Sticks.
Sticks.
Carrot sticks.
Sorry.
That's what he that's what he needs.
Son of a bitch. Dude, I'll tell you, we could talk to you for
Hours.
another hour.
But it's not gonna happen. You got other shit to do. Then talk to us, idiots.
Oh, I got a family. I got to feed soon.
Yeah.
It's all right. Well,
It's
go
all
get
good,
Take
man.
him out of the basement.
Father, please let us come upstairs now. Stop being a rock star and be our daddy again.
Right.
Shut up. Dig. Keep digging. All that money we dug in the basement back in the days of the glorious Warrant are still in bags down there somewhere. I forgot where I hid it.
Spin it with CC DeVille.
That's right.
Right.
CC did not stand for Canadian Club back then.
No.
I love him dearly. He's one of my best buddies.
Well, tell
He's
him.
doing very, very well, by the way.
Joey
Tell
Allen.
him we said hello, even though he has no idea who we are.
Joey Allen commits to CC DeVille being on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Knock it off.
1 hour, 7 minutes, 17 seconds. That is now a binding verbal contract in New York State, and we don't want to have to sue you.
I tried to get him to come and play a gig with me, just play a song.
Yeah.
And you know, he's just very private, and his son's got a really cool band here in Newport Beach, so he's working with his son's band right now.
But true or not, he did do the cherry pie solo.
He did.
There you go.
Yeah, we brought him in to do that so we could get on that tour, and then we abruptly got kicked off that tour at the end of it.
Huh.
What the fuck?
Wonder how that happened.
After about 50, 60 shows, they got pissed off and booted us.
Yep.
Well, you know,
That's another story for another. That's another hour.
I was lucky enough to see at least that together before you got booted.
Yeah, we're all good with them now, and we laugh about it, but it was silly back then.
Yeah,
I can't wait till the next time we have you on the show and we have you telling us about who's the biggest dick in the industry. You know?
Did I tell you I named Led Zeppelin?
You named Led Zeppelin?
Did.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
That's another hour. We can talk about that.
That was a lie.
Anyways, this is the West Coast Embellisher episode.
You're right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Joey Barrington. Randy Allen.
Oh, I need Led Zeppelin.
That's awesome.
Dude.
I am, however,
I gotta take
I am, however, going to thank you for being an inspiration for myself to play guitar.
Definitely.
Oh.
Could you be an inspiration to tell him to start fucking practicing again because he's slacking?
With me? Jesus.
I'll do it with you. Sure.
You want a lesson?
Yeah, he does.
No, I don't need a
Yeah, you need a lesson.
Yeah, a lesson on how to pick it up again.
Yeah, pick up the fucking guitar, you lazy prick.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
Yep.
See?
Yeah, but I do want to thank you for helping me along that path.
Very flattering. Very flattering.
Yeah.
If you want to practice, seriously practice. Best thing I ever did was get a metronome. It's boring as hell.
Yep.
Boring. It helps your right hand a lot, and rhythm is a gift.
Yeah.
His right hand has serious rhythm lately, apparently, but Rouge your left hand.
It's carpal tunnel, I call it.
I just had surgery on this hand, man.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah, I had. You ever heard what trigger finger is called?
Yes. Yep.
You guys, this is a good story.
Go ahead.
You know this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I woke up during COVID like this.
You invented that?
Seriously.
I invented that during COVID. I invented this during COVID.
He invented the metal sign.
But anyhow.
I woke up and these two fingers were stuck. Like, trigger finger is your tendon get stuck around a sheath, right?
Yeah.
So you wake up and it's like that. Well, I had these two fingers, actually. I did wake up like that. But these two fingers, I had the trigger finger surgery on. So 6 stitches.
Yep.
And 4 stitches.
Wow.
And 5 weeks later, I did 3 gigs in a row.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, in our band, we call that OLD.
How can you tell you're getting old? Look at your driver's license.
Yeah, everybody got stricken by OLD every once in a while. You get a guy that's like, all of a sudden you'll have like cherry juice on the rider. And you're like, the fuck is cherry juice on the rider for?
Right.
And then you're like, oh, somebody's got gout.
Right? Yep.
It's like there used to be condoms and cigarettes and beers and tequila and Jack. And now it's like Advil and cherry juice and
Tums.
Fucking vitamin water.
Yeah. When's the masseuse coming in? Yeah.
It's a fucking boring fucking gig, I'm telling you.
Well, look at Def Leppard. They tour with the juicer or whatever.
Those guys are a machine. Phil's a machine.
Yeah, man. Dude.
Fucking looks great. He's my hero.
Well,
I go over to his house once every few years, take pictures with him to make him look good.
Because you know why?
After
he's the real one.
Awesome. I've had the luxury of finding out some of the stuff that's been on the riders lately, and my friend, she just got off tour. She just got home last week she's been on the road with the Black Crowes, and it's not Rockstar Riders anymore, man.
No.
It's not Rockstar Riders anymore. So
it's masseuse and healthy food and
water has to be out of glass bottles and
Yeah.
Rip, yeah.
Well,
it is what it is. We're pretty mellow. We're easy.
Well, there you go.
Joey, we want to thank you.
Yes, thank you
for doing this.
Fun. Did we even talk about anything to do with Warrant? I don't think we did we?
This wasn't about Warrant. This was about you.
It's about you, my man.
I gotta go. The gentleman from Ford is here. I'm going to design the next Ford truck right now. So I'm out.
Dude, you know what? We can honestly say that when Buell comes on because he is designing motorcycles.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
And he played with Chris. So
he did.
Yep.
So, love Chris.
Yeah. So
and when he comes to town, we will tell him.
A hug for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will.
Whitest teeth in the world.
I know he's got one of those Hollywood smiles.
He does.
Yeah.
I said, I go, did you have extra teeth added? Because he's just.
I know. Gleaming.
I was talking to somebody about that today. Do you know how many teeth the adult mouth has?
32.
32 if you don't have your wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
And if you've got 32 teeth in your mouth, that means you have a big mouth.
What do you have, 36?
You got 36 teeth?
Maybe.
Damn.
Yeah, well, 4 are still in his pants.
Right.
Gentlemen, it's been fun, man.
It's all good,
yes.
man.
Dude, we are going to hold you to a couple guests coming from you, and we will come out and see you in Buffalo, at Erie County.
I'd love to see you guys there. Just let me know. I'll put you on the list. Take care of you. We'll have a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah,
and some carrot sticks.
Or we'll get all jacked up on the coffee.
Dude,
yes.
You're going to be in Buffalo, home of the original Buffalo chicken wing. We got to hook you up.
Is that what do they call that? The Anchor Bar?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I got a story about the Anchor Bar.
Come on.
Want to leave with one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Nick Mars story.
Well, go ahead.
Now.
We were on the Dr. Feelgood tour, and we had a day off before the Buffalo gig. So we went to the Anchor Bar, had a bunch of wings. And so the night of the gig in Buffalo, we ordered a box of every type of wing.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Mick loves wings. So we had these wings called suicide wings.
Oh.
We put the suicide wings in the other box that wasn't the suicide wings. And Mick came in before they went on, and he's like, "You guys got any mild wings?" And we're like, that box right there is mild. And he put them to his lips. He didn't even eat them.
Right.
Got the sauce on his lips, and he was just like, "You motherfuckers." He might not remember that. I remember that very well. So there's our Mick Mars Anchor Bar story.
Nice.
To close this session.
To close and scene. The Good, the Band, and the Anonymous.
And the Anonymous.
Wait a minute.
Oh, don't.
We're gonna do it.
He is.
I created Hot Wings.
We are anonymous.
I created Hot Wings.
There you go.
The fuck? This fucking episode is going so off the rails. This is my favorite episode ever.
Yep.
Cheap trick.
Cheap trick.
He invented cheap trick.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick Nielsen, I bought this shirt. I did not steal it. I swear to God.
Liar.
It was not made in my basement.
He's doing all the Warrant T-shirts in his basement right
Yeah.
now. That's what his kids are downstairs doing. 17 more shirts or you don't eat dinner. Back to work.
Shut up down there.
Start making the Nike sneakers. Don't make me send you to China.
That's enough.
What? It's a fucking proven fact.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Anyway.
Dude, thank you so much.
Thanks, Joey.
We appreciate it.
Times, man. Be good. Have a great summer. Stay cool.
We will see you in Erie County August 15th.
Yes. Thursday night, August 15th.
Write it down. Mike and Jeff.
Visit one of the places that have the muffin monsters.
I'm going to mention it. I'm going to call those guys up and say, can you believe this shit? Because we don't rep that one, but I know the guys that rep it, and I'm not going to give them the satisfaction to mention them. But they do listen to the podcast.
Good.
98 to like 2000, I worked there.
That's
All
awesome.
KWC Environmental.
Okay.
There you go.
Freaking
Done.
awesome. Dude, thank you.
Joey, let us be the last to wish you a happy birthday.
Thanks,
Yes.
guys. Be good.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to
All
you
right,
soon,
brother.
man. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Later.
See ya.
There you go, Jeffrey.
Dude, that was most fantastic.
Most excellent.
Yes. This one really does warrant a listen.
Oh, you're such a dick.
Well, you did it yesterday.
I know.
My turn.
Such a douche. You've been listening to The Good,
The band.
The Ugly. I'm Big Papa.
And I'm Jeff.
And that was Joey Allen.
It was.
Holy shit. What a great show.
Oh, great guy.
Dude,
Amongst everything else, great guy.
I didn't realize he invented so many things.
I know. It's crazy. You got to listen to the episode to
The embellisher.
see what he invented.
Yes, right. We want to thank our special sponsors, DJ Life's the Beach,
Good Nature Brewery.
Uncle Jimmy, just Uncle Jimmy,
Yeah.
Print Shop Underground,
Snarky Productions.
and Toffee Break Toffee. And don't forget,
Ultimate Ears.
Ultimate Ears
You can hear your own tears.
with Ultimate Ears. As Jeff always says,
Be kind to each other.
don't be a dick. Peace, everybody.
See ya.